I personally think Goku's year on Yardrat is actually a pivotal Dragon Ball mystery, not just because he beats Frieza and he survives Namek's explosion, but because he randomly returns to Earth with a completely new ability and some new drip. And he did an accidental detour, right, to this alien world tour that granted him his most practical technique. See, Goku ends up on Yardrat strictly out of desperation, right? With Namek literally tearing itself apart, he boards a Ginyu Force space pod. He doesn't know how to pilot it, and the pre-programmed ship crash lands on Yardrat. He's stranded, but, he's curious while he's there, right? Naturally being Goku. He discovers the inhabitants aren't a physically dominant warrior race, and instead, they specialize in a unique spiritual energy manipulation. Goku immediately prioritizes learning their bizarre skills over basic power scaling. You have to wonder if, looking at Vegeta, when he was on his raids and his missions with his Saiyan group at that time, had Vegeta had that same mindset, could Vegeta be even stronger than Goku if he was already adapting the mindset of learning from a planet's inhabitants as opposed to just destroying the planet and everything that's on it? You see, the Yardratians rely on the technical mastery rather than raw muscle that the martial artists in Dragon Ball typically rely on. Their signature technique, of course, is called instant transmission. Goku realizes that spatial manipulation will drastically alter how he navigates combat in the universe. People forget how Goku really is always thinking about ways to improve himself as a martial artist, hence why he's the best. It doesn't matter if you like him, but he continues to always think about how he can make himself a problem in battle. He stays in Yardrat because Yardrat offers something he can't do yet. That perfectly aligns with Goku's lifelong philosophy as a martial artist about expanding your repertoire, okay? Not just blowing things up, like I said, with what Vegeta was doing earlier on in the series. Now, instant transmission completely redefines Goku's mobility, right? By sensing and locking on to an established energy signature, he's able to teleport instantly across any massive cosmic distance. That's pretty important to consider. Now, before Yardrat, right, traveling between planets required high-tech spaceships and days of isolation. But afterwards, Goku can really travel across the galaxy in a microsecond, right? That's a massive utility entirely at his hands due to an accidental detour he had no plans of making. Kind of funny how fate turns out, right? Goku spends an entire year, right, on that planet, on Yardrat, mastering this single ability. Keep that in mind. This is the universe's ultimate Super Saiyan who just dismantled the galactic tyrant Frieza, right? Yet he spends 12 months, people. Not 12 days, not 12 weeks, not 12 minutes. He spends 12 months learning a non-combative movement technique. This proves that Goku understands that true progression is not simply just about escalating power levels, which I think there is a section of Dragon Ball fans that may just be a little bit naive in that basis of thinking that's all that matters, and the show has proven it doesn't even win you battles alone half the time. It's really about optimizing your combat efficiency. You'd rather be a more combat efficient warrior if you're in the Dragon Ball universe than simply just being powerful but then having no true combat efficiency. Instant transmission does not require Goku to outrun a spaceship, right? It removes travel time entirely, and Goku can discard or outgrow other techniques, right? This one is going to remain a permanent fixture to his fighting style, even into the realm of the gods. And I think that's really important. And I think we kind of had that feeling that instant transmission was always going to follow Goku around more or less once he learned it and brought it back to Earth. You see, the entire expedition here for Planet Yardrat was again a cosmic accident. He gets lost in deep space, folks, okay? He gets lost. Like, he wasn't searching for this planet. He gets lost, the first one he could find, accidentally stumbles into the most useful training arc potentially of his life. Like, imagine Goku without instant transmission. That changes a lot of his fighting style and his combat entirely, right? Without this crash landing, his future tactical choices would look completely different. So I think the technique dictates the trajectory of the Android Saga and Cell Sagas both combined. Goku uses it to reposition himself mid-fight. He uses it to transport allies out of danger, even to transport two allies who are in danger. I just finished watching Revival of F 2 nights ago, and man, it's bittersweet to watch that movie again, considering that there's a couple of things I'm like, that was cringy, but the rest of it, I think for what it set up down the line, it mattered and it was necessary. But Goku could even execute offensive manners like the instant Kamehameha because he learned instant transmission, right? Yardrat wasn't an alien vacation or some medical recovery ward that I think people and YouTubers have described it like over the years. I think Yardrat really provided Goku with his absolute best tactical asset above all. So ultimately, Goku didn't go to Yardrat for revenge or because King Kai ordered it. He stayed because he respected their unique mastery of spirit control. When he finally returns to Earth, he isn't just a stronger brawler, right? He can bend space to his will, and the Ultimate Saiyan warrior evolved his entire game plan simply by just getting lost in space. Think about that. Pretty neat, pretty cool. It's been Kaioken Striker.